Hi, it's Lisa from Lisa Heal Yourself, and I'm just on my walk this morning. And I wanted to give an analogy and give you something to think about today in regards to your healing. So I'm walking on a trail, and the snow has finally, come off the trail enough to walk on. So I haven't been down here all winter. And what I'm doing is strange. I've been scanning and looking and feeling a little bit on guard and feeling a little bit nervous to be on this trail, which I've walked on several hundreds of times without ever thinking about this. But in the winter, this winter recently, I've walked past a wolf on the road, up by the road, and I've also seen bear prints and sightings of bears in the area. So I'm walking around, right, on this trail, and I'm scanning. Why? Because my nervous system is on high alert because I actually saw a wolf the other day up by the road. So I'm thinking, okay, they're here, they're around here, and they're probably down here closer by the lake, which is where I saw one on the trails. So it's weird that I have done this numerous times. I've walked on this trail numerous times. I've never thought about it. I've never been scared. I've never been panicked, and I've never found myself scanning for wildlife as I walk. But yet I'm doing it now. All because I saw one wolf and bear prints, right? And also somebody else has seen sightings, and we've had pictures of bear sightings in the area. So because of those two factors, I've walked on this trail over and over, year after year, and now I find myself scanning, right? After one occurrence, one or two occurrences. So if you've been sick or if you have an illness, your body is always now constantly scanning. It's constantly scanning for the symptom. So even if you wake up not feeling any symptoms, you start immediately scanning as you start walking and moving throughout your day, because there's a fear response. It's a biological fear response where you begin to scan. You begin to scan your body for symptoms. You begin to become on high alert for imminent danger, just as I'm doing as I'm walking through forest. I'm not consciously thinking about it. I'm, enjoying my walk. I'm whatever, but it's in the back of my mind, and it's noticeable that I'm thinking, what if I see a wolf? I wonder if there's a wolf, right? And I'm looking around. Better be aware. My nervous system's on high alert. And that's a biological response that I could neither stop if I wanted to, but I find myself insecure about walking on this trail and feeling more vulnerable, more guarded with myself, more worried about potential problems. My brain is scanning in, like, where could I go? What would happen if I saw one? What would I do? Who would I, So I'm more on alert. And this is only after two, situations. And it's very unlikely that I will see either one of those animals, because it's very rare that you see either of them. So it's very, very unlikely. I've walked on this trail a million times and never saw one. And yet I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm feeling a little bit more on guard, scanning more, been making plans in my head more, these kinds of subtle things. Even though it's not consuming me, it's subtle, but it's there. So that's what happens. Your body starts to scan. And if you had, say I had seen 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 wolves, then I would be probably making decisions not to walk on this trail, to move up onto the road, to not even be here, right? To avoid it, because I would feel like it's a real possibility. So if you've been sick for a long time, as you're experiencing symptoms, your body begins to scan for them immediately, whether you have them or not. And as soon as it senses any sensation, it grabs onto it, and it's like, there it is. Got to protect myself against it. Got to be in protecting mode. Have to make a plan. Have to figure this out. Oh no, on high alert. Body a little bit tense. And this is what our brain does with illness, just as it does, because it's a biological response. It's a biological thing. And so we have to feel safe again. So on this trail, I just have to feel safe again, right? I have to do it over and over until I forget about the wolf, until I forget about the bear sightings, until it feels natural and normal anymore, and my body lets down the guard and doesn't scan anymore and doesn't worry subtly in the background about seeing these wildlife. And that will happen if I just keep walking on the trail. And the more and more times I don't see the wolf and I don't see the bear, the more my time my body will relax. Oh, it's fine. There's no danger on this trail. So it's like that with our symptoms. We have to walk with them every day. And when we feel them, instead of panicking and making a choice to avoid certain parts of your life or move away from or react or respond to the fear, you just have to keep walking. You just have to keep doing your normal thing, not really giving it a lot of attention and telling your mind the whole time, even if you feel the symptoms, I'm safe. I'm safe. It's okay. It's fine. It's nothing. It can't hurt you. It'll pass. And then eventually they will pass. But it's when you get stuck on them and you let the fear override you that you're building onto it. You're building this brain-body connection, and you're not likely to end that pattern. It takes conscious thought to end that pattern, and it takes a conscious will to say, no, I can feel it, but I'm safe, and I'm no longer going to avoid this trail. I'm no longer going to avoid my life. I'm just going to continue walking. On this trail, even though I feel the anxiety, even though I feel the tension, even though I'm scanning, I'm just going to distract myself, remind myself I'm safe, believe it. And as soon as I believe it, my symptoms will let down, right? The anxiety will go away, the scanning will go away, the nervousness. So as soon as I force my mind, or I'm able to accept and believe everything's safe now, then I will be safe, I will feel safe, and my body will take that sigh of relief it needs and start to focus back on other things. It will go off of that high alert. So again, that's what you have to do with your sickness and your illness and your symptoms. You have to keep walking your path of life, keep doing it and telling yourself, it doesn't matter if I feel this, it's nothing, it's going to go away, it can't hurt me. I'm fine. I don't need to obsess about it. And you really need to start to believe. It's that belief. I am okay. I don't need to freak out every time I feel a sensation. Every time the sensation hurts, I don't need to worry about it or give it a deeper meaning or wonder what it is or go into my past story about how this isn't fair and how I'm never going to heal and all these things, right? It's a sensation. It sucks, but it's just a sensation. It will go away. And once you start to believe that, your body will thank you by relaxing. And when it relaxes into that, then the symptoms will start to go away. So I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope that this story has, this analogy, this story as I'm walking here has reminded you about how powerful our biology is. And it really takes work to override those innate responses, to overcome fear, to override fear, to be able to believe that you're safe. And when you can believe that you're safe, your body responds.